Grüezi, hallo, servus und g'day. This time on Tollescope, I would like to finish up something that I started. I did a 3-point perspective drawing. I did a cityscape, and I would like to finish that up by giving you a sense of what it's like when you've added tone and bring that drawing to a finished concept piece. So we'll start into that. I will narrate a little bit, but essentially it's super speedy at 5 times the speed, so I'm going to let that take its course, and then I'll see you afterwards. It's not your time. Okay, moving quickly now. Our cityscape 3-point perspective drawing, which I did in a previous video. Now racing ahead at 5 times the speed. I'm going to repeat myself over and over when it comes to drawing for the whole page, keeping the entire drawing in mind. So as you can see here, I've roughed out some really soft shading to give an indication of the whole scene, the whole cityscape, and then working back into that, giving it shade, always thinking of the drawing as a whole. And it's a matter of tightening things up. Now I tilt the whole frame in Photoshop that way to match the angle of the brush, as you would with a piece of paper and a wedge water brush. Getting into some more detail and shading the insides of windows. Did I mention that architecture can be repetitive? Always thinking about the light coming from around 30 to 45 degrees from the top right of frame. And back out to have another look. Bit of brick detail along the skirts of the building. So always thinking about shade here, not so much the facades or any paintwork, just the shadow. And as you're working on certain areas and bringing those to more of a 3-dimension with shadow, then the eye gets attracted to other areas that need a bit of work, so you keep moving around that drawing. Swapping colors now to bring some highlights in, some edges. Reflections on the windows. Clearly I'm thinking, okay, this needs to pop forward a little more. I'll go back there afterwards and lighten that wall so that the windows blend in a little more. Using a lot of layers here, you can see on the right Glänzen is highlights. So you can always erase in Photoshop what it is that you don't want, or delete a whole layer altogether if you're not happy with it. So a few reflections there on windows in that background building. Again with the highlights, following that 45-degree rule, always the right hand side in this. So then I've just jumped forward a bit there, and then forward again to where I've been adding detail, a few open windows, and then finally a bit of foreground texture. I thought that was a bit lacking in foreground texture, so add a bit of brickwork in here. Give it a bit of a grungy feel. One of these old buildings. And finally just give that road one tone darker. And there you have it. 3-point cityscape. Toned up. So thanks again for watching, and if you want to see something drawn by me in wonderful time-lapse, then please subscribe, and then pop down a little description here, a little comment on what it is that you'd like, and I will endeavour to get onto it. I think the next one's going to be an egg video.